Get ready to make your Sims almost as amazing as your hot self with character values. These are part of the Parenthood game pack, and there are 5 different character values that Sims aged toddler through to teenager will have, being manners, responsibility, conflict resolution, empathy, and finally emotional control. You're probably thinking, cool, but why do I care? Well, these exist on a scale, and if you raise them high enough before your Sims age into a young adult, then your Sim will pick up a helpful trait to assist them for the rest of their adult life. Keep in mind that the opposite is also true. See a character value fall too low, and your Sim can earn a trait that will make their life a tad harder in adulthood. If you're here for the chaos, then I am sorry, because we're here to focus on the good, and in particular, look at 5 ways to improve every character value so your Sims can become as successful and put together as I feel when I'm grocery shopping. Maybe even more successful than that, who knows? It's worth noting that parent Sims play a role here too, and through the parenting skill brought with the pack, they can help their children to raise character values. This generally involves praising children and teens when they do something good to reinforce and provide an added boost to a character value gain. Now grab your napkins and lightly pat your lips. We're going to start off by looking at 5 ways to raise the manners character value. The reward trait for this is called good manners, and it's a great one to have. Sims will be able to perform a polite introduction and offer gratitude when visiting other Sims, which provides a powerful friendship boost. They'll also gain a large increase to friendship gained when interacting with other Sims, which is hugely helpful for everyday life. Good-mannered Sims will also avoid performing gross interactions in front of other Sims. This is one of the easier values to raise, and a great way to raise this is by having your Sim set the table, which can be actioned from clicking on a dining table. This can be very cute to set up family dinners too, and you'll get a small boost to manners for every place you set. So if the table is longer and has more places, you'll get more progress towards the manners value. If you want to max out this character value quickly, then you can literally set the table, then clear it, and repeat, and your manners will be maxed out very fast. The second way ties in with the first, and it's by cleaning up dishes. Meaning yes, mealtime is a big win for this trait. The next way is to perform friendly introductions when meeting new Sims, with the 4th tying in, being to give other Sims compliments, which is located in friendly interactions. Finally, parents can teach toddlers or children to say please and thank you, which will give a solid boost to this character value and can make for a cute parenting moment. Moving on now to the responsibility character value, which if you raise high enough, will reward your Sim with the responsible trait when they reach adulthood. The responsible trait is handy, and it will ultimately give your Sim a performance boost in their careers. Responsible Sims can also teach other children and teens how to be responsible, boosting their responsibility character value. Once again, this is one of the easier values to improve. One way to improve this is to simply have your child or teen Sim do their homework, which you would likely have done anyway, meaning it's a nice passive boost. Another way that ties in with this is to have your Sim complete a school project. A third way is through cleaning, including cleaning up mess, cleaning up toys from the toy box, and taking out the trash. Having your child or teen Sims brush their teeth will improve their responsibility character value too. And a 5th way is to repair broken objects, but know that this last one is just for teenagers. Moving on now to the conflict resolution value, which if high enough will unlock the Mediator trait when your Sims become a young adult. The Mediator trait means that Sims apologies will be more successful by unlocking the sincere apology interaction, and that Sims can mend differences with Sims that they're on bad terms with too. They'll also gain a special interaction that enables them to mediate the forum, which from my testing does absolutely nothing. Weird times, I know. This is one of the more difficult character values to raise, simply because there aren't a lot of opportunities to raise it. It's also much easier to raise this value as a toddler or child than as a teenager, so look to increase this early on in your Sim's childhood. The first thing that you'll want to do when your Sim is a toddler or child is that you can have their parents teach them to say sorry. This will give a big boost and it can be repeated regularly. I suggest doing this as much as possible as a toddler or child, as this option disappears when your sim becomes a teenager, and after that, raising conflict resolution becomes much trickier. The next thing I found that really helped was that when talking to other sims, always look to see if the help to fix bad relationships interaction appears. And if it does, then you go right ahead and offer your advice. Don't worry about your sim's qualifications or if it's wanted, just offer it. I even sent my sims to visit the crime lords and evil vampires in my game who I knew had a lot of enemies to help raise this up. Note that there's a cooldown between how often you can use this interaction. The third way is that if you have a bad interaction with another sim, such as if you decide to spontaneously yell at them, then follow it up with an apology. Note that this is usually a trade-off between lowering empathy and then gaining a bit of progress on conflict resolution. Similarly, for the fourth way, if you're not getting along with another sim, then you can use the find common ground or try to chat socials to help increase your conflict resolution value. The final way is through chance cards. While this can be a bit luck-based and it in fact applies to every value, if you think an option will boost conflict resolution, then I highly suggest going for it even at the expense of another value. We're moving on now to empathy, which I found was a rather easy value to increase if you know the right way to go about it. Having this near max can reward your sim with the compassionate trait when they become a young adult. This trait is interesting, as it'll give your sim the ability to help others relieve negative emotions by using the calm emotions and share emotional burden interactions. The latter will lower the timer of the negative moodlet of the target sim at the cost of your sim then picking up that negative moodlet for a short period of time. This trait is also bad for mean sims, as sims with the compassionate trait will become tense when performing mean interactions. An easy way to increase this is to pay attention to how sims around you are feeling. If a sim is experiencing a negative mood, such as being uncomfortable, tense, angry, or sad, then your sim will be able to discuss their mood with them, which will increase the empathy character value. The second, and by far the best way to increase empathy, is to give other sims gifts. Note that this will require the Sims 4 Seasons expansion pack, but if you have this, then giving a gift to another sim is an easy way to get a big empathy boost. Also, I'm not sure if this is a mistake, but the mean interaction to gift other sims a mean gift will increase empathy as well. That's right, you become a more empathetic person by playing rude pranks on others. What's great about this is that you can spam it, meaning that it can help you max the empathy character value very, very quickly. The third way to increase empathy is by volunteering. This is action from your sim's phone, and note that while child sims can't initiate volunteering, they can be brought along by a parent or teen sibling. You can pick a cause and choose which family members will come along, and then they'll disappear into a rabbit hole for a few hours. Volunteering can give an opportunity for a text event which can help raise other values as well, and upon completing the volunteering task, sims will get a big boost to their empathy. Next up, child sims can raise their empathy by playing with the Doctor playsets. While it's a good option, this is only available for child sims. And a fifth way is that if you come across a sad sim while your sim is happy, you can try and cheer them up to increase empathy too. Now it's time to look at the final character value, being emotional control. Seeing this near maxed when your sim becomes a young adult provides the emotional control trait, which will allow sims to clear negative moodlets faster by unlocking a range of interactions to help them do so, such as your sims being able to blog about their feelings on a computer or jog to clear their mind, which will help relieve negative moodlets faster. Overall, it's quite handy. Now, maxing the emotional control value essentially requires you to pay attention to how your sim is feeling and perform actions to help clear negative moodlets. However, regardless of your sim's mood, one easy way to gain emotional control is to buy a journal and start writing in it. I highly recommend this option, as I love having my child and teen sims keep a journal when they're growing up, as I find it to be cute as well. The next way is to go jogging to clear your sim's mind if they're in a bad mood. Similarly, the third way is to play various musical instruments with emotion if your sim is in a bad mood. And a fourth way, again actionable when your sim is in a bad mood, is to blog on the computer. Finally, your sim can also increase their emotional control by clicking on a stereo and selecting to wind down to classical music. And we've reached the end. That's 5 ways to increase every character value in The Sims 4, as well as details on the reward traits and what they do. If you enjoyed or found this helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it. And have an amazing day. See you later.